Hello, it's Friday the 13th. Ooh, spooky. I'm FxPlew and this is the market brief. So Andrew Bailey's been on. In step with Fed Chairman Powell, Bailey believes that the Bank of England, just like the Fed, rather has its hands full dealing with inflation and the recession risk right now. As such, the bank is not in a position, nor does it have the mandate, to create policies for greener financial markets. I guess that means if you want more trees planted in the square mile, you're better off lobbying the government, not the Bank of England. We had GDP data out for November this morning. That saw the UK economy grow by 0.1%, bolstered by better performances from pubs and restaurants due to the World Cup, no less. We had good performance there, but 3 months to November still showed minus 0.3%. So expectations remain for Q4 to remain in negative growth. Next week, the UK will finally produce some Tier 1 data. We're due the employment data on Tuesday, and inflation data and retail sales data are due out on Wednesday. Broad expectations are for the data to support further rate hikes from the MPC. US inflation data was released yesterday. That was broadly in line with expectations, where both core and headline inflation fell, but probably not enough to alter Fed policy. Headline inflation was 6.5%, helped down from 7.1% by a lower oil price, but that may be temporary as oil has begun to creep up again. Core inflation edged down to 5.7%, but where interest rates have been in restrictive territory for a couple of months now, the Fed would be entitled to expect a slightly bigger drop in core inflation by now. As such, another 50 basis point rate hike is almost fully priced in. That is despite the concerns of many economists who still fear the Fed may tip the US economy into recession. In the market, sterling will likely remain range bound towards the top end of the recent range, where the dollar index is still languishing at the bottom end of that recent trading range. We topped out around 122.45 against the dollar yesterday, but we opened around 122 this morning. We're about 112.55 against the euro, and euro dollar is around 108.35 on the open. But don't forget, it's Friday the 13th, so who's really going to have a mad punt on the markets today? Chances are we'll need to wait until next week for some fresh drivers from that fancy big data. Right, that's it from me. Have a great weekend.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FxPlew.